well, for Team Fiji, though, the youngest, first to play the FIBA Melanesian Cup, and also she got awarded the She Hoops program scholarship with ABC. Well, that is Savu, Makaifa Savu of Fiji. And just to note, Tristan, the top six, the six debutants that will be debuting, well, for Fiji tonight, they're actually the top picks from each school back in Fiji. So those are the ones to look out for. They're very energetic, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing them tonight.
I'm looking so forward to seeing those 6 debutantes for the Fiji women, of course. We'll go through those very shortly as we get to a break here before we start play here at the Friendship Hall for the final game of day 2.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Well, one of the keys in this game tonight, as we talked about, like you said, it is the youth of Fiji, no doubt about that. We've got Roranga Irawe, of course, on debut. We've got Amelia Wood on debut, and you've got Sinikau Taletaki, as well as Asena Nakatonga. And we've also got Makiefa Sabu.
That's right, the Safu.
How'd I go there, all right?
Yeah. Well, just a lead up to this week's event. Fiji women's team actually took them 3 weeks to put together this team. We have a bit of an experience, but of course, as you can see, mostly young, talented individuals tonight. And we'll see how this actually works up. Well, the experienced players could not make it, and we only have one experienced player who is with us, which is the captain.
100% on that one. That would be Matilda Bethea. Is that right? That's the captain of this team. In fact, Zadella's right now. In fact, it's Elena Tuisue.
Yeah.
Yes, who plays for the Toka Manawa Queens in New Zealand in the Tahui League, or the Rapid League as well.
Yeah.
It's been known as for quite some time over in New Zealand. I was watching a bit of it last night here locally. It was quite good to watch a bit of that basketball as we're about to go to the announcements of the teams.
We also have Ranandi Koroi in the Fiji team, who is the coach's daughter.
Exactly. And it's going to be very important for that. And of course, Lida Rabai is the only player to have played in both Melanesian Cups in this particular occasion. So like you said, Fiji, a very different looking team to what they've had in the past.
I believe so. They are very strong contenders, especially, we have FIBA Melanesian sisters that look up to the Fiji team. But the Solomons, there's something. The Solomons team will be a night tonight.
They certainly will be, as the MC, Golden, will take us through the team lineups. And then we'll get to a little bit more of the announcers before we start this one.
Welcome to our 4th game tonight between Team Fiji and Team Solomon Islands. We will now do the introduction of each of the players of both teams as they will run on to the court. By introducing Team Fiji, wearing number 1, Roranga. Wearing number 2, Amelia Wood. Wearing number 3, Bruno Marawa. She's also the captain for Team Fiji. Wearing number 4, Brian Lebrit. Wearing number 7, Senikau Taletaki. Wearing jersey number 8, Asena Nakau Toga. Wearing number 9, Makaifa Savu. Jersey number 10, Corey. Wearing jersey number 13, Elias Ravai. Wearing jersey number 14, Isabella Pedersen. And wearing jersey number 46, Matilda Vorder. Coach Saula Corey from Fiji as well. Please let's give a big round of applause to Team Fiji. Introducing Team Solomon, wearing 00, Lauren Maroos Taletani. Wearing jersey number 4, Ruth Sade. Wearing number 5, Adela Lewa Animanu. All right, thank you very much. We'll have the players to exchange gifts and as well say thanks. Introducing our referees for this game, co-chief Natasha Ahin from Tonga. The umpires are Samuel Mope from PNG and Wapwan Wapi from PNG. Let's give them a big round of applause.
The others. We're about to get underway here for this one. As we're ready to go here for game 4 of the night, second women's game of the day. And it should be Monique Wadafai, and out there Brittany Basia, Rufsadi, Bachia Basia, the captain out there, and Juanita Kaswa. We're underway here for the last game of the day. And we can't wait for this, as that one goes out of bounds. And possession here going the way of Solomon Islands, who were very competitive in that first game. After quarter time, they did get us stung at the start when they only scored 3-22 against New Caledonia, but 27-41 after that, Cess. So we'll see what kind of impression they can make tonight.
Well, you can see both teams are just trying to find their rhythm. You know, these first few minutes are always about settling the nerves, getting a feel for the pace. Some early jitters there, Tristan, but that's expected. Big occasion for a lot of these players, especially for the Fiji team. The 6
You're right about that.
debutants.
It's number 11 there in Kaina Mole.
They're starting to test each other out, seeing where the gaps might be.
Sade now. Out here to Basia. He's got Pachia Basia available if she wants it. He tried around a couple. Oh no, Tesua wasn't awake to it. Out the back door comes running in transition for the first basket. Not quite there for Romani Karoi. And Sadi will settle it down here for the Solomon Islands. It's nearly stolen there by Karoi again. Now inside Basia, and draws the foul there from number 11 in Estelle. Kind of Molet. Estelle kind of Morley.
Some nice
pick up the
structured
foul.
set there from the Solomon Islands. They knew exactly where the ball was going. That's a great assist as well.
Certainly is. That one not quite there for the team that we're looking for. Back inside here, number 3 in. And a nice finish there from Elena Tuisue.
That's the captain.
One of the more experienced players in this team. 2023 Pacific Games, where I believe she started. Cess?
That's right, Tristan. She answered the call. The rest of the players were unfortunately they had to commit to other things.
Drawing the foul there. Solomon Islands once again, and I think, like we said, after that opening quarter, they really showed up, the Solomon Islands women, yesterday. If they can minimise their turnovers, then that will be a big key compared to what we saw in yesterday's first game. And they got the big crowd behind them too that have just watched their men really take it right up to New Caledonian men who have been one of the stronger teams in the competition over many years. As Ruth Sadie makes a couple of twos there, and we're off and running here. It's back the other way come Fiji. Into the corner there. And comes up short. There does number 13 in lead there, Rabai.
One thing's for sure, Tristan, as we move into day 3, you know, all eyes will be on the matchups that will shape the standings. Solomon Islands will need to step up against the high-flying offense of New Caledonia. And I'm really curious to see if Fiji's defense from the men's team can contain the dynamic.
That'll be important, won't it? So attention turns to the women's tonight. Looking out here for Sadi. Out here, Basia for 3, just a little short. Good rebound there by Tuisue. Now to Librex. Back out here looking for number 13, Rabai. Rabai looking to drive. He can't get it. Once again, Tuisue. Wasn't able to bring it down. Sadi will settle it down here for Solomon Islands. Kaswaya. Back out here, Kaswaya for 3. High off the window and bounces fortuitously here for Basia. Basia wants to beat the buzzer and does so. Back and running in transition is Tuisue. And drawing the foul there was very, very good work there from Elena Tuisue. She went at the free throw line.
That's right, Tristan. You know, the way the Solomon Islands, well, the women's team have come together has been remarkable. You know, despite not having the most flashy individuals, their team-first mentality, hustle, have kept them in every game so far.
First one good for the Tokamanawa Queens in the Tahui League and the Rapid League over in New Zealand. Got plenty of Australians that have gone over to that New Zealand League in recent years. It's a good short season over there. Sadi now. And makes the basket. And she's already up to 4 points early in this game. And the Solomon Islands have the early lead. I was talking about this before with Emma in the last game. Emma Kamazi says, and we were talking about the fact that a team that hasn't played this tournament yet takes a little bit of time to adjust and get up to speed with the intensity out there on the floor with these games.
One of the new debutants, Tylee Taki, has entered the court.
Yeah, number 7 there, as you said. Senekau Tylee Take. So ball will go the way here of Solomon Islands on the baseline, I think, here. Monique Wanafai to take it. Sadi again. Oh, stolen here by Yesu. Makes the basket. In transition. There's Elena Tuisue.
Hard to ignore the performances from Fiji's guard. You know, her playmaking has been phenomenal. You know, in just orchestrating every fast break, setting the tempo for the team. She's definitely making a case for MVP.
Rabai now. Out here to Tylee Take. Molly tried to dished that one in, and unfortunately just went a little wide. A nervy start here for Fiji. And as a result of that, it's going to be a timeout here, Sess. 5-4 early on. As the new team in the tournament. Tell us a little bit more about this Fiji team. You know a lot about this team, obviously. You had a chance to really catch up with them, you know, across the, before we started the tournament a couple of days ago. What are you excited about with this new Fiji outfit, especially with these 6 debutants?
Well, probably their style of play and what they can bring to the table is something that I'm looking forward to seeing in these 4 quarters. And also, you know, with their family members at the stands, they actually took time off from work, well, back home to come and support their daughters. So that's that's really hard. Those heartfelt moments are what we live for.
That's incredibly special, isn't it, when you can get your family to come and watch you like that? As we can see, number 4 out there, Moana Niebrecht, made her debut in the 2022 Melanesian Cup. There's quite a few that play here for the Dynamic Reds back in Fiji, the Zodiac Basketball Club, and Mighty Phoenix, the Saints as well. It's taken in by Wanafai. Pass inside here, looking for and not quite finding. Fiji up here by 5-4. As that one goes up fair from Fiji. Sort of a calmness here at the moment, Sess, in the stadium. Everyone's very quiet. I think all the energy that was used in the last game. Everyone needs a bit of a rest at the moment, don't they?
It's just the first quarter, just.
It's all right. You know me. I like to keep the pace high, but. So we got that substitution here as coming into the game now. Just one of the debutants as well here, Sess. I think number 9's checked into the game.
Okay for Savo.
Now there'll be a foul here on number. The foul's on number 4 there. Number 4's not out on the floor, so. On one of those players out there for Fiji as Sadi started well here. Already got the 5 points in this game. That's Ruth Sadi. And we're all square here, 5 apiece at the moment. As he's had Sabu out there on the floor. Bringing it into their front court through Ravai. Now here for number 7 in Talataki, and stepped out of bounds, Talataki. Possession back here with the Solomon Islands, Sess, and forcing a couple of early turnovers up the Solomon Islands. Taken back here by Fiji. Rabai out to Tuisue and Sabu. Oh, not quite there for Sabu. A second go, yeah. That's a way to make an impression, Sabu, hey?
First goal at the FIBA Melanesian Cup 2025.
You never forget your first points in a game of basketball for a new team, don't you? Sess says. Might have got it back and over there. We do. So 7-5 here. And it's coming into the game now. Annie Homelo. So this is the one I was talking about yesterday.
some of the key names from the Fiji's, 3x3 roster could be pulling double duty in the 5x5 games tonight.
They certainly have, as a crowd favourite comes out, Matilda Vaudet. He was pretty big against the Solomon Islands last time, 16 and 10 in their last meeting. Had the double-double, Sess. A big presence inside. As that one will go out of bounds. Possession will go the way here of the Solomon Islands. We trail by 2 here. It's taken here by Basia. We'll look here for Homelo. Homelo now, a little handoff here to Wanafai. Back to Basia, shot clock to 6 to 5. Wanafai got to do something with it. Goes there, I think it was Homelo that put the shot up, couldn't get it. And Fiji come back the other way here through Ravai. Around a couple there, almost. Was kind of Molly. And finished it nicely there, and guess who again? Sabu. A likely type out there, Sess.
Like I mentioned, Tris, there's 6 debutants are an eye to look out for in tonight's game.
Basia now. One way or the other with the dribbles. There's got to be a free player somewhere. I think Mamu, in fact it was, with that shot. Now back the other way comes Rabai. Sabu there in support if she wanted her. And in the end, the finish there for number 11 in Estelle Konamoli. He gets a great finish there, does the player who made her debut in 2022 at the Melanesian Cup. And that'll bring us to a timeout here for the Solomon Islands, who trail 11-5 here, Sess. And a good start for Fiji, given that they haven't played and they have waited nearly almost 2 days to play a game of basketball after they arrived.
Much needed rest for tonight's game, Tris. But, you know, you're going to love the Solomon Islands women's team. You know, they have been impressive, not just in skill, but in their sheer grit. You know, in basketball, size isn't everything. And the Solomon Islands have actually proven that every time they step on the court, their guards are quick, defense is tough, and they never back down from a challenge.
That's been the thing about the Solomon Islands in this tournament so far that we've identified. Gregory Offia, I should say, really found a way at timeouts to turn around their mentality. They played aggressive. They always look good, this team, when they play aggressive, but they play aggressive with a tiny bit of control and a little bit of structure, and they've looked okay as we can see this press up the floor here from as Hema Aquila is into the game.
There she goes.
We'll be keeping an eye on her.
Most
We
definitely.
did tell people earlier today that she was on our commentary team for tomorrow. There's Aquila, oh, nearly on cue. He almost called her into existence there in the score there, Sess.
Like I said, it's incredible to see the Solomon women's team, you know, just see them fight for every rebound, sprint for every fast break, the pressure, and the pressure the ball at every opportunity.
So, but there is, got the ball. Back across here looking for, and she's got it again, Matilla. And Matilla works her way through. Oh, everyone lifted there all of a sudden as soon as she got the ball in a great position. Pomelo back the other way. Wanafai, was available. Unfortunately, the connection wasn't there for Wanafai. Now back the other way. And the finish there, number 10, Renati Koroi.
The coach's daughter. Can see the dad's
If in
face
doubt,
lit
always
up.
throw to someone you know. Salu Koroi, of course, the Saula Koroi is the head coach of this Fiji team. Basia trying to get out of trouble. Was really finding it hard to find an exit there. So 13-5. 54 seconds to go here. And it's back here comes Basia, back to Aquila. And unfortunately, no talk there as the... Going to get a shot clock violation there, I think.
Just not quite clicking for them at the moment. They're rushing a bit. They need to settle and look for better options, the Solomon women's team.
So 13-5 here. As referees are just checking with the score bench about the clock. Seemed like the clock didn't start at a certain moment there, Sess. Keeping in mind as well, Fiji, they've had the domination over the Solomon Islands as well, haven't they? 3-0 in their 3 meetings. But like we said, without Millie Koya Monabure, who's such an important player over the years for Fiji, it's a question of who's going to step up and fill that gap for such a good player like her. Is that one no good there for Basia? Rifsadi with all the points for the Solomon Islands at the moment as we speak. And there's a 3 attempt there, just short there from Karoy again, and then Sabu got a gift and managed to capitalise on the second one, and on debut, she's already got 6 in the opening term, Sess. Well, ball to the sideline here for the Solomon Islands. No, in fact, going to be shots here for Basia from the free throw line. Basia yesterday, that's Brittany. She led the scoring yesterday with 12 points, 7 rebounds, and also had the 5 steals. A very good performance from Brittany Basia yesterday, wasn't it?
Most definitely, Tristan. I believe that's the sister to the Basia and the Solomon men's team.
Yeah, you're right about that. As back here comes Pomelo. Yard here by Kona Morley. And that will be quarter time here. And Fiji with a solid start here. And a good start for Fiji, Sess, here at quarter time. Leading the scoring at the moment is Sabu. He has the 6 points, backed up just behind her by Elena Tuisue, who's showing that experience from the Tahui League over in New Zealand, from what we've seen so far in this opening quarter.
Exactly. Fiji has managed to, stretch the floor and just create scoring opportunities. They've shown that sometimes it's just, no, it isn't about scoring. It's about staying tough, just forcing those turnovers and also creating chaos.
100% on that one. And then Ruth Sardi's got all the scores for the Solomon Islands in the opening term. They've scored the 5 points only, but they've kept Fiji to 15, though. That's the thing. Like, their defense hasn't been too bad. You keep a team to about 10, 15 points in a quarter. That's pretty good when you think about it from a basketball perspective, Sess. As we've got the coach of the home side, Just giving a bit of a words of wisdom there, Gregory Ophia. And hopefully they'll be able to respond in the second term. They did yesterday. So for those of you who are watching, keep staying tuned because the Solomon Islands did bring the spirit, particularly in the second term yesterday. They turned it around and they got themselves going. It sometimes takes a bit of time for a team sometimes to get rolling. They just need to continue to do what they did yesterday, and that is move the ball fast in transition and be able to find good open shots, and particularly driving at the rim to try and get themselves to the free throw line as much as possible. Whereas for Fiji, they seem to have settled reasonably well in this game so far, Cess.
Definitely. You can, well, feel the shift. One team's lifting and the others are scrambling to respond. We'll see how this second quarter plays out. Tight battle ahead.
As Wonderfly will take possession here. We're underway here for the second term. Basia now back to Sadi. Sadi now hands up here to Basia. Back to Sadi. A lot of numbers being thrown at Sadi. No surprise about that. All the scores in the opening term. Back here come a few. Basia, there we go. And we've got ourselves a second person on the board. And that is Brittany Basia, who was the top scorer yesterday for the Solomon Islands. And that's that much needed basket we were talking about there, Sess.
Can she bag some more today?
It's back here come Solomon Islands. Oh, stolen there almost by kind of Morley. And the Solomon Islands get it back here for Karsaya. Now to Sadi. Basia. Needs some help. Puts it out wider here. And almost there for Kaswaya as Sadi tries to create possession there. Not quite in the finish. And Fiji will get it back here. Point guard. There, Rabbi really running things at the moment for this Fiji team. It's almost there for Moana Librek. And there's the three attempt there almost for Estelle again. Back to Basia. Now back the other way goes Pachia Basia. And off the hand there. Should stay the way of the Solomon Islands here. One of five is going to be not taking it for the baseline. Will be Kaswaya who's going to do so. Here's one of five for two. That's nice. Oh, that's real pretty. There from one of five. And for her, had the 4 points yesterday. I reckon a few more for her today will be very helpful for the Solomon Islands. Sadi needs some help on the scoring front, as does Basia, no doubt about that. They need that third scorer. It's nearly stolen back here by, it is successfully by the Solomon Islands. Basia is fouled by Stell, Kona, Molly. And she'll head to the free throw line. A couple of shots here.
Brittany Basia, you know, Tristan, well, I'm not sure if you saw that earlier on, but she made some really smooth dribbles that kept the defenders guessing, just like the brother.
That's exactly right. It seems to run in the family, doesn't it?
It does.
Skills are easily passed on within a family when it comes to a sport, isn't it? I think there's some famous sporting families back home as well. There's Karoi. Back here to Isue. And that one there, oh, rolls in and out of the cylinder there from Taylor Taki. Back over here looking for Kasua, and oh, look at transition, goes Barcia. That's Pachia. And all of a sudden, 3 other players have scored the ball apart from Sadi, and it's back to 4 points the margin, Sess. And they are on a 6-0 run at the moment. The Solomon Islands currently. We've seen this movie before, Sess.
This is really something exciting about watching, key players. We have Basia, Wanify, just combining those smart decision-making moves. Not about style points.
As Laura Marosa Tahani comes into the game for the Solomon Islands and into the game for Fiji for her debut as well as Isabel Peterson. As back the other way comes Talitaki. Talitaki tries to take it hard. Can't get it. Gets her own rebound and then goes up and draws the foul successfully. Deserved the call in the end because of the effort alone there from Talitaki.
Grit and energy coming off the new debutants for Fiji, like I mentioned earlier on. We got Peterson, Talitaki.
As back here comes Peterson. Not quite there for Isabel. As that one goes out of bounds. And Kasua will
How do you
take
come
possession.
off those defenders in front of you? Tristan?
It's hard when that contact gets to you, especially as a player. Especially when you're sort of closed in, you feel like there's less space than what there actually is. Sometimes you got more space, and walked out of bounds there, did Karoy, according to the referee.
You can see the frustration on Koroi's face. She has been stepping on line a few times tonight.
Sadi will have it again, and she'll get it into Tahani. Tahani now back to Sadi. Guarded here by Talitaki. Wanify. And the feed there. I think that was Sadi again. And all of a sudden, they are playing some very nice basketball at the moment, the Solomon Islands. It's stolen again. They have momentum at the moment. As Wanify back the other way. Now across here to Tahani. Back to Sadi. Oh no, stolen here by Peterson in transition and gets her first basket.
Peterson throwing that goal for the parents on the stands.
First points on debut for Fiji, of course. There's going to be a few that make that mark tonight, potentially. And you'll never forget it as Wanify got it. Up to 4 now, Wanify. And she looks the likely type in this game. The type that can really give Fiji bother. And it's back here come a few. And that one wide of the target from Liebrek. And we got some substitutions here for the Fiji team as Karoy will come out. Into the game will come Sabu, who was so good in that opening term.
Just looking at Wanify, in case you didn't know, Tristan, the grandmother plays as a national rep, Rachel Wanify, and also the dad as well has been a national rep for the Solomon Islands. So she has a sibling who is 7 years old and who looks up to her as an inspiration. And it's great to see development basketball here in the country, just grooming in those talents.
Possession here with Fiji, but turned over back the other way. It's almost a steal there. In fact, it is. Long-reaching pass there. Off target. Looking for Tui Sue. Tui Sue couldn't hold on to it. Four players made their debut at the 2022 Melanesian Cup for Fiji. Moana Liebrek was one of them. As comes Tahini, going up strong. That one goes out of bounds. The other one's Renandi Karoi, Estelle Konamul Lei. And then also Matilda Vader as well. Those four were the ones.
It's
taken here by Tui Sue. Not quite. A rebound here by Laura. As back the other way comes Basia. 1 of 5. Well, it's been a quarter, hasn't it, from the home side. Just the 2 points in this term for Fiji and the 10 points the way the Solomon Islands. They're battling hard right now.
Really does show the Solomon Islands women's team. Well, their defense is actually stepping up. You know, their execution in key moments is getting sharper. And I can imagine how Wanify is, you know, leading the charge with her ball handling, just trying to break down the defense and create some open looks for her teammates. And if they keep that up, they could definitely cause an upset tonight.
Long way to go here still, with 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the second turn. Taken here by, almost there for Basia. Back out the back door goes Estelle. Lost control of that and then gathered it back in again. Did Estelle Kona Mole. Goes back the other way. We've got a blocking foul here. It's going to be on reckon it's going to be on number 3. And here we go. So the timeout coming here, I think, for Fiji. We definitely are finding it hard to score at the moment, Sess. It's been all Solomon Islands in this second term at the moment. Just the 4 points on the board for Fiji, whereas it's the 10 points on the board for the home side here at this Friendship Mall here in Horinara.
Definitely, Tristan. You know, this second quarter flew by. Bit of everything in there. It does look like a tight battle ahead. Good time for a breather for both teams just to reset here, and the coaches will be talking about their execution and just finishing strong.
So 19 to 15 here. It's been a great effort so far from the Solomon Islands in their blue and gold tonight. And Fiji in their white and black this evening. And it's been an incredibly enjoyable day of basketball, we'd fair to say, when it comes to the play today. We've had 3 really great games, and we've got another good one happening right now.
And it's just day 2, Tristan.
Still plenty of action to go, isn't there?
Most definitely.
Gonna need a good rest between now and tomorrow, I think. We've still got another bit of time to go still in this one. That one no good there for Basia again. Makes the free throw. So 3 points now for Pachio Basia. And it's 19 to 16 here. Fiji lead. Number 2 in the game now, Emilia Wood, for her debut as well. So we've got a lot of the young players out there on the floor. Nice pass over the top to Sadi, although it was a little bit wider of the target than what she would have liked. Laura always fancies herself from outside. Had a launch at that one. She is not afraid to shoot it.
Every possession now is goal, Tris. You can't afford wasted chances.
And back the other way comes Sadi. Beats it inside, looking for Leota, and there'll be a foul here. And what we're seeing at the moment from Winnie Leora, not afraid to put that ball up as well. Anywhere she is near the hoop, could be on the three-point line, could be in the corner, could be even like a couple of meters off the three-point line. She's not afraid to put it up. We've seen that in this game from Leota. And makes it from the free throw line. Well, there you go. Maybe that's her specialty, is that ability to make free throws. Let's see what Winnie can do here. Makes both. Oh, they love that, the crowd. The power forward, 32-year-old, did a great job there. There's one way or the other, can't get it away. Sabu now. More of the ball in Sabu's hands, I reckon, would be handy for Fiji right now, Sess. She had the 6 points in the opening term. She's hardly touched the basketball in this quarter. Yes, back here comes Kona Morley. Yeah, still unfortunately misses that shot. Sadi now here to Basia. Basia now to 1 of 5. They're going out of bounds there. A couple of free throws to come here for 1 of 5. 1 of 5's efforts in these games so far, the 4 points. And second one, not quite. 1 of 5 again, back out here to Sadi. And Sabu will come down with it and draw the foul. And we'll get possession here on the baseline. The game pace slowing down at the moment, Says, you can see in this contest.
Definitely, Tris. Fiji set play has been inconsistent. They've shown some flashes of brilliance, especially when they're in transition or on a fast break. But when it comes to half-court offense, they're not looking as smooth as they should be. Communication between the new players and the veterans need to be sharper.
And you're right about that, as up that goes there, almost there for number 3 in Tuisue. But there just couldn't reel it in there.
Debutants like the ones on the Fiji's roster are still finding their rhythm, especially in the 5x5 game on this tournament.
It seems that continuity and connection's not quite there for Fiji just yet, but it doesn't mean that it won't come as this game rolls along. You can tell the Solomon Islands have played together at least one game and they know a little bit about each other and what they're doing. As, no, wait to the fact, but there didn't realize that Sadi was behind her and stole that ball back.
Here we have Ro Wangai Rawai, who's the one of the 6 new debutants here on court.
Wangai Irawai.
Wangai Rawai.
Irawai. Out there for the first time tonight there, Sis, as Fiji will get it on the sideline here, just to the right of our commentary position. Rabai leading the way, the point guard duties tonight. Karoy now, trying to get around a couple and almost there, not able to hold it. Sadi now, back the other way, goes here to Basia. Oh, and the pass there from Wanafai. Was a good pass initially there from Leora. And Wanafai just couldn't connect there with Basia on that one. And Fiji will have the ball here in the last 10 seconds. Shot clock, game clock aligned. 10 seconds on it. Trying to kick it around. Karoy needs some help. Looks inside. Flicks it out. Sadi will come down with it, and that'll bring us to half-time here. And the corner definitely belonged to the home side, the Solomon Islands here in Honiara. It is 19-18, Sess. What did you make of that first half?
Definitely, well, Solomon Islands, well, they're here to stay.
So the halftime score here, 19-18. We'll be back very soon.
Fiji 19 and Solomon.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Welcome back, everyone, here to the Melanesian Cup 2025 final game of day 2. It's a real tight one here. It's 19 to 18. It's a different kind of game than what we've seen today. But the pleasing thing for the Solomon Islands at the moment is that they found a way to fight their way back into this contest. They had the 13 points in that term to 4, and that was a big domination there. As our broadcasting crew, of course, the TTB Solomon broadcasting crew, and live streaming on Android and iOS. Also, you can catch the coverage on Pacifica TV, TV New Zealand, and of course FIBA YouTube, where a lot of people around the world are listening in. I hope my girls back at my club in Australia are listening in as well, Cess, and getting a bit of the action before they take on the training court tonight. Be very exciting, of course. The second half, Fiji needing to make some adjustments because the Solomon Islands dominated that second term.
I agree with you, Tristan. You know, just to open up lanes and get easier shots. Fiji should set some solid screens, especially for the new debutants. Well, they could use some quick pick and rolls, especially to either open up lanes for them to drive or pull defenders in and kick out to open. Now, as you see on the screen, we have the Fiji fans. Now, these are the parents of what I mentioned earlier on, the parents of the 6 debutants, Makaifa Savo and also Peterson.
That's right, yeah, Peterson. Spoke to them the other day, and they were excited to be here. There's no doubt about that. There's going to be the starting 5 here in the second half. We're going to have Tui Sue, and we've also got out there Rabai, and we've got Moana Libre.
The Solomon Islands get caught in defensive mismatch or just the struggles to switch effectively. I'm pretty sure Fiji needs to exploit that and run isolations or quick hits just to make that defense. What do you think, Tris?
Estelle and Karoy back out there as well. As it's back underway here, second half. Let's see if the crowd get into this one by the end of it. They flick it wide and trying to get that ball in there, Moana Libre. Here's Rabai for 3. Oh, that might help. Be there, Rabai. A good finish there. And it's taken here by the Solomon Islands once again. Rusadi, oh, so efficient. It's Rusadi. And she's now up to 7 points in this one. In fact, it'll be 9 for her now in this game, Rusadi. It makes the margin 22 to 20. And it's taken here by Lee. Wrecked again, a revive for back-to-back threes. I didn't know she had that in her arsenal, to be fair to say.
There's a reason why she got picked for the 3x3.
She's got that ability to hit that 3 ball. That would be very useful for those 2-point makes, of course, in the 3x3 game. As Waterfly back out here looking for Basia, and Basia travelled. Not the start that the Solomon Islands be looking for. Straight out of half-time, 6-2. Quickly here, and Rabai has been the instigator of it.
Here we go with a steal, Basia.
And it's taken there by Basia, back the other way. And that'll be her 5th point of the night. Sabi leading all scorers in the Fiji team with 6. That's how the points have come to pass. And more work to be done here for the team in white and black. Heading to the left of your screen. Sadi has it, flicks it over the top here, looking for Karswaya. And then Sadi, the resulting finish once again. A quick 4 points for her.
Right now, the game is a bit of a back and forth. You know, if Solomon Islands can just slow it down at times and dictate the pace, it could give them the edge. And right now, with that 1 point difference, they've done well so far, especially with control possessions. Loved it for them.
There's been parts of the game tonight easily they could have let it go and let Fiji just run riot, but they've done a good job controlling proceedings. As the ball's just getting a little bit humid and a little bit sweaty, so you have to clean it up there, Sess.
Exactly, you know, just Fiji has all the tools to finish strong, but they need to show that court awareness and just execute some really smart plays.
Basia now, a little wider. Taken here by Sadi. Sadi looking to drive around a couple, back here to Basia. Basia floats it up, just a little strong. Off and running in transition back the other way. Oh, and there's a debut basket for Wanga. Iraway.
Wanga Iraway, the debutant for Fiji, definitely adds that to we'll call two of first goals, rather.
Back in transition the other way comes Estelle. And she makes the finish as Estelle. Up to 4 now in this game.
You can see her sister screaming from the stands there, who happens to be the assistant coach.
So 29-24 here. 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this third term. Here at Honiara. Here she goes again, diving through, and it's going to be a foul here. An offensive foul here on Wanga Erawai. There's Tahani now out there in the floor, seeing a bit more time in this one this evening. Coach has seen some things that they like about as Solomon on the baseline. Haven't seen much of her tonight. Yet to score in this game, Francine Solomon. Now Tahani back the other way. Tahani dribbling one way or the other. And stolen back here in transition by Estelle. Goes up strong and can't get the finish, Estelle. As excellent work there by the signage person. Very quick on the signs, very quick on the tap away there. Tremendous job there by the stats bench.
That was a
they
good
do
save.
have great reflexes. That is one of the criteria that you need to be a good stats bench person, would be fair to say, says. A stolen back here. And almost the finish there for Talataki. Talataki not able to finish the result. Back here for Wanapai. Got up here by Tui Suwe. One way or the other. Oh, Basia, the fancy footwork, got through and made the finish. Oh, that's pretty there from Brittany Basia. Excellent work there. From Basia there, Sess.
That's right, she's one of the experienced players, well, in the Solomon women's national team.
Tahani has it again, 31-26 here. Fiji at the moment in control in this term. Still up by 5. Back one way or the other. Here comes Tahani. Wants to chuck it long, and that one misses everything. And goes out of bounds. Another careless turnover for the Solomon Islands. He's got a substitution here as Sadi. He sat for a little bit there. Has to come back into the game. No surprise about that. Been one of the prominent scorers in this game tonight. That's the 12 points to lead all scorers from either side this evening. 12 of 26 is a significant amount of points. was taken by Fiji there. Sadi, ran into a strong wall there of Wanga Era White. And Sadi will take it again very close to the halfway line there. Just managed to keep control. Getting through a bit of traffic. Kasea with the 2. That's her first points of the game here. Kaswaya. And all of a sudden it's back to 3 points here, Sess.
Almost landed that one get away. Communication between players has been on point, especially on defense from Fiji. They've been switching so smoothly.
Basia now, trying to roll around a couple, and makes the finish. Will the points count here? There's a holding foul. I think foul's on the floor here. So points won't count. Yeah, sideline ball here to the Solomon Islands. Or baseline ball, I should say. Sadi now. Back here. With ball in hand. Makes something happen and draws the foul. So clever. Being able to draw that contact, Sadi. It's all coming through her at the moment, Sess. In the way that Solomon Islands are playing, they are playing their offense through her, getting as multiple possessions as they can get at the moment.
I believe Sadi, that's some high IQ play, don't you think? Saw the mismatch, took full advantage. She knew exactly what she was doing, drew the foul and made it count.
The only player to have played both Melanesian Cups for her country. Everyone else is either their first or their second Melanesian Cup when it comes to players. So, player of great gravitas before us here in the city of Honiara. Now Rabai back here looking for Karoi. Tuisue was available. And they went the 3 in the corner there. Almost stealing it back there. In fact, successfully did was Sadi. Now surrounded by players was Solomon. Back the other way comes Rabai. Rabai's already hit a couple of 3s in this term. Inside the number 8, just trying to find a way through. And there's the score there for Tuisue. As back here comes Basia.
Great assist from the new debutant for Fiji, Asena Nakautonga.
As he said, 1 of 5. There's that jumper, a little strong. Love to see the ball get into her hands a little bit more for the Solomon Islands. And for Fiji, maybe they can find the new player in there in Asena Nakautonga. So Sess, with this team tonight, as we got a timeout going the way of the Solomon Islands, what do you make of the debutants' performance so far? There's 6 of them in this game. How do you feel they're playing tonight?
They're doing pretty well, especially in the last 2 quarters. I believe a momentum is really a thing. They're definitely getting the momentum of the game.
Well, Sabu seems to be the one that's made the biggest impression so far at 16 years of age. She's the youngest on the list as well. So that's pretty impressive when you got the youngest on the list that's been the one that's hit the points. She's got the 6 in this game so far, Sabu. And then the others just haven't quite hit the scoreboard yet, but they've done some little nice things along the way, would be fair to say, Sess. as we see the Fiji team come out here, led by their captain, Tui Sue. Yeah, look at both these teams, and you've got Matila there, who's the tallest player on either team for Fiji at 183 centimetres. As there's the finish there. Talk about making an impression. Talitaki, that's her first points of the night and her first points for Fiji, for her country at this level. As Sadi draws the foul against Talitaki. And shots to come here for Sadi again at 35-28. There's free throws to come here for Sadi, and makes that one. So the second one good, 29 on the board for the Solomon Islands, back to 6 points. Makes a couple, and there's the two there. Nice finish there from Tui Sue there, Sess. And Fiji just holding in front like we saw with a few of the other sides today. As back here comes Wanafai. Basia. Back to Wanafai. That is her MO. Her operating process there. As Fiji will get it back here. Margin 6 again. Nearly stolen here by Basia was. Now Pachia Basia stolen back here. Nice work from Karoi. Back to Tui Sue. Tui Sue again. Oh, and there's a three ball from outside. From Tale Taki. And she's got the ability to unlock from outside the three-point line at the moment, Sess. Showing some nice stuff in the second half.
Fiji definitely has some great shooters. Like I said, these new debutants, so they just needed to find the flow, find the momentum. They're hitting those easy three.
So only 18 seconds to go here in the third term. Fiji have control at the moment. A shot clock and game clock align. Moana, down it goes. It went a long way for Moana. And that ball went far. 42-31 here with 1 to play. And it's Moana Liebrecht with the three-point shot. And she might take her team a little further in this game. 42-31 with 1 quarter to play here. A great finish there from Moana. And that was a much-needed basket for Fiji just to stifle the momentum of the home side, which we're trying to come back at them there, Sess. As we get to three-quarter time here, and it's big points in that quarter, 29 in all for Fiji, and for the Solomon Islands it was 13 in the term because it was 19-18 at half-time. So a good quarter there from them. In fact, just doing my count up, make that 20. 23 for the quarter, actually, for the Fiji team. Gave them a few extra points there in my maths assess. But it did feel like that. It felt like they dominated the scoreboard, particularly in the second half of that quarter.
Definitely, Tristan, a solid lead from Fiji, but the game is far from over. Solomon Islands isn't going down with a fight.
So 1 quarter to go here. It's all thanks to TTV, Solomon Broadcasting, TTV Plus, where you can get all the replays and live stream it on Android and iOS systems. And also you can catch the coverage on Pacifica TV. Might watch a little bit after tonight, just to chill after the games tonight, Sess. And TV New Zealand and FIBA on YouTube, where you can catch all the FIBA action, not just here, but all around the world. That's what I love about the YouTube channel when it comes to FIBA. You can watch so many games from all around the globe. And you can learn a fair bit about basketball from watching all the different games that are going on all around. There's Moana. We'll kick us off here for the 4th term. Fiji have control at the moment. Only by 11 points, though. It's much closer than people think. He's getting around to come. Oh, Moana slipped over. Unlucky there. Basia now to Sadi, and Sadi couldn't make the finish. That was a gift for Sadi and couldn't really. There's good work by the volunteer with the towel. Got out there, did her job and got off again in very quick time. As that one there for 3, and a finish on the inside. Is that Sabu again there, Sess? On the finish.
The gap is definitely widening, Tris.
Sabu's first score of the second half.
Fiji's definitely executing more effectively.
There's Wanafai. Back out here looking for Sadi for 2. Can't get it. Tipped away. And that one will go out of bounds. So Rabai. Back here to Liebrecht. You just feel that 3-point shot really unlocked something for her, Moana. She gets it now. Whoop. Just looked a little on target from my side of things. And just went a little wider.
It looked like she had it. It looked like she had it.
It looked like it was in, didn't it? For all the teams here, Sass, we're trying to call it into existence, and sometimes it's just not wanting to get there. Fiji do lead this one by significant margin now of 13 points. The last quarter of a big day of action on day 2 here at the Melanesian Cup. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are. Here to Sadi. And it's back the other way comes Sadi. Basia stepping through. Did she get it off in time? No. That'll be a shot clock violation. Fiji will get it back here.
I feel like it's important for the Solomons to just maybe slow things down a bit. They've been playing fast at times. They're getting rushed into taking bad shots, running a bit more structured offense, just passing around. This could probably, help them just close off into the margin.
Have gone away a little bit from what got them successful position in the second quarter. As you said, is up strong there. Sabu again. And how about that? Double figures on debut for Sabu. It's got a ring to it, doesn't it, Sess?
Most definitely.
As back the other way comes number 11 there. I think it is in Estelle. And she makes the basket, does Estelle. And just like that, they've pushed the margin out to a bit of a troublesome one now for the home side, but they are fighting hard. But they've come out of 3/4 time on a 6-0 run, have Fiji. And that might put A bit of a challenge to the Solomon Islands now to get back into this game. Fiji looking a bit of control now of this contest.
Like I mentioned, Tris, you know, the energy, the freshness, you know, these new debutants often bring a different kind of energy to the team, one that's sometimes free of pressure. I know that they're hungry to make a name for themselves, and, you know, that eagerness can really translate just to the aggressive defense. Quick decisions and also some really nice hoops.
And you think about the Solomon Islands, women as well played a tough game yesterday against New Caledonia, of course, and look at today, Fiji are pretty fresh. They haven't played a game yet. It does play a bit of a factor. So we saw with the two teams today that didn't play yesterday, that rest day was really helpful for them to get their feet under them. And they've taken advantage of it. So it'll be really interesting to see. I'm going to keep an eye on wins after the break. And maybe not wins necessarily, but like performances, expected performances. And when you look at whether the break has hindered or helped a team, it's really interesting during tournament play to see if people lose a step from when they play or whether they really get that rest and it really helps. Certain teams it will help and other teams it will hinder, would be fair to say, Sess. Basia back the other way. Now Anamu. Onemamu. Got to get it up now. Basia has to shoot it. No one told her, and shot clock violation here for the Solomon Islands. They couldn't call out to each other that the shot clock was about to go down.
Communication is definitely key for the Solomon Islands women's team. And I might agree with you, Tristan, on what you said earlier on. You know, most of these new players, they're playing with a lot of confidence now, and they've had a few successful plays that we've seen. And, you know, that confidence will only grow as they get more comfortable with the flow of the game and also their teammates.
You're right about that. Roy has it. Nice here looking for Estelle. Trying to drive around a couple. Does she get the finish? Yes, she does. And number 2 there for Estelle. But that is only a 6-point of the game. And all of a sudden, Fiji have opened up a margin here. Solomon Islands have fought pretty hard. Here's Aquila for a bucket. Oh, just to the left. Almost there for Hema Aquila. And it's coming back the other way now, come Fiji. Back here to Karoi. And can't get the finish as Basia will pick it up. And Kashua will come up with it for the Solomon Islands. Have they got something left? 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Aquila with it now. Kicks it into Wanafai. Wanafai got through a few, couldn't get the finish. She had the open lane. Basia, nice pass to Wanafai. And it's going to be a blocking foul. I reckon she was lucky there because she was in that paint a long time there, Sess. And could have easily been called for the 3-second violation, but I think the foul just occurred in time for her sake. Now it's washing down the floor here. Wanafai now on the baseline. Back out here to Basia. Trying to drive through a couple. Basia almost. Back the other way comes Karoi. Aquila defending. And 2 shots coming the way of PG once again. So it'll be Karoi to the free throw line. And they're just about there, Fiji, even with about 5 minutes to go, you'd think. They're just starting to open up those margins. It's going to be very difficult to get it back from here, Sess.
It's those little fouls that add up, you know, now they're in the bonus. First one's good. Smooth release.
Second one good for Karoi. First points of the night for Karoi. Taking some time. And stolen back here by Sabu. Impressive work from Sabu in transition. And now she's got 12 on debut. 6 in the first half, 6 in the second half for Sabu now. Aquila almost. And, oh, there's a bit of contact there from Wanify coming in late. As ball will stay the way of the Solomon Islands. Wanify here to Basia. Trying to go to work. Oh, Hermelo for 3. Wants to bang it home. Oh, not quite. Let's go, substitution here. Aquila comes out, and into the game comes Laura, as well as Basia. Looks like Animamu has just come out as well. Or is it? Yes. Pomelo stays out there at the moment. 53-31. 22 points the margin now. Fiji have control of this one. We're still a bit to play out. And to the line, Sabu. We'll get some opportunities from the free throw line now. As back here comes the Fiji player there in Talataki, who makes a number 2. As Wanify just continues to try and help the Solomon Islands continue on their way. We've got a substitution here again. As Basia comes out now, so a chance for teams to be able to get a run of all their roster. Leora now. Back the other way comes Basia Pachia. Draw the foul. There'll be a baseline ball here for Solomon Islands. So Team Solo, well supported today. Once again, is Sadi for 2. Nice basket there for Sadi. Now take her to 13 points for the night. Once again, has had 13 points against this team before in the past. As Sabu, oh, in and out of the cylinder it goes. It was a good look there from Sabu. Now Laura. Back to Sadi. Now to Wanify. Is that one not being able to be intercepted by Leora? We'll go out of bounds. As, oh, the ball's coming near you, Sess. Get a hand on it. So got a timeout here on the floor. So we go to a timeout here on the floor. As both teams getting close to the end of this contest for the night. And Sess, well, you've got something to share, don't you?
That's right, Christian. You know, the that the directors of the Legend Sportswear team, they're here tonight, really speaks volumes. You know, they have been a great support system, especially for the Fiji basketball team. And just having their presence here tonight really, you know, commits to the team. It just gives it that added boost to the Fiji's team in Fiji's games. Just even more motivation for them to perform.
Great to hear that, Sess, and sounds like a fantastic supporter of Fiji basketball. No doubt about that. As that's going to be waved away. Matilda thought they're out there. As Sadi, then the drive, back here to Kasua. Inside there, stolen here by Pedersen. Now to Karoi for two. And continues to add to the tally, Karoi. And Fiji have got this one sewn up now, you think. They have for quite some time as that one goes out of bounds. Now, Cess, of course, but we're down to the last 3 minutes of this game. The result beyond our now. I wanted to ask you about how you're finding your experience in relation to the women in basketball commentary training and program, especially for your debut this tournament. It's also my debut as a FIBA commentator as well, but especially for you, Cess. A big important part is trying to get more people involved in commentary from the women's side of thing in this part of the world. How are you finding it so far, being a commentator with us on these games?
Well, we have a lot of women in the Pacific. We have a lot of women commentators here in the Pacific, rising commentators. We have some well-established ones as well, to name a few. So having this kind of sorts of program is actually very motivating.
Hopefully it's been great support from myself and the team. With FIBA, of course, in partnership with many other organisations trying to get this up and running. And I think it's a great opportunity for you to shine and many of the others on our team.
Most definitely.
And we're going to hear a lot of more of your voices throughout the week, which is going to be fantastic for the people listening around, as taken there by Matilla. And stolen back here by Sadi. We're down the last minute 50 now. The day is almost done here. Pachia Basia now, dribbling around a couple. We'll go out wide here looking for a couple more, and driving and drawing. Will be Garcia. And here come a few more subs as Karoi. Peterson also cards out, and so does Sabu as well. Sabu been great tonight. Got the 12 points for the evening. A few rebounds to go with it as well. Really impressed with Sabu and the way that she's played tonight, Cess.
Definitely. I feel like the coach for Team Fiji has already got his great set plays well ahead of him, you know, just rotating the 6 debutants, keeping those fresh legs on the court. Solomon Islands, on the other hand, might struggle with fatigue as they don't have the same depth, but the debutants' energy is playing a big part in maintaining Fiji's pace, especially just keeping the intensity up.
So Sua makes the single free throw. And that'll do it for her. 3rd point of the night. Now they're going to drive there strong. Almost there for Amelia Wood. Back the other way comes Pachia Basia. It's going to be victory to Fiji in their first game of this tournament and continue their record against the Solomon Islands. They're going for their 4th win in 4 games against them. in these tournaments. There's the nice finish for Matilla. And definitely a favourite with the Fiji faithful, you'd be fair to say, Sess. Back into the game one more time. We're going to have a look at our centre, Nakatonga. As we count down the last 40 seconds of the day here. As that one goes up, can't get it. And back the other way. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. With a few bodies, they both get up, they're okay. That's the last thing you want to see is major injury in the last 34 seconds of a game, Sess. We definitely don't want to see that. There's a lot of this tournament ahead for us still.
Pride in the final 40, Tris. You know, while the game might be out of reach right now, Solomon Islands will still want to show heart and pride in these final seconds, especially since they fought, you know, hard throughout the game. And this last moment's about holding their heads high. Also taking in some valuable lessons from the experience tonight and just staying composed.
And you're right about that. Rawanga, Erawai at the free throw line, misses both to finish this one off. Here's Kaseya trying to get through. Kasua, here to Sadi, back to Homelo, needing help there, Laura, now to Basia on her own, not quite, Fiji come down with it for the last one, 10 seconds on it. Rabai might slow it up here, will they look for the score or will they just, and they wanted to shoot it, and she come up just short there, did Wanga Erawai, and that'll bring us to full time here at the Melanesian Cup 2025 for day 2. It is the win to Fiji, 60-34 in the finish. And that one, a comprehensive win to Fiji, particularly in the second half, but the Solomon Islands fought hard for multiple points of that game, and in the end, Ruth Sadi was good for the Solomon Islands, but plethora of players in this game for Fiji got the job done in the finish, Success.
Definitely, you know, Fiji will want to keep the momentum going into day 3. It has been an absolute thriller. Both teams, they've shown that they executed on both ends of the floor. And we hope to see the intensity build up, especially in day 3, just keeping the energy high, heads high, and just avoiding, you know, complacency as the tournament progresses.
Well, let's have a look at the highlights of that one, Sess. Well, there you go. There are the highlights there of the game between Fiji and the Solomon Islands. Fiji 60, the Solomon Islands 34. Comprehensive win to Fiji in the end. So we have a look at tomorrow's games. Vanuatu back in action for both men's and women's, up against Fiji and New Caledonia women's, and Papua New Guinea up against New Caledonia men's, and Papua New Guinea up against the Fiji women's. That's going to be a great game at 6:30 tomorrow. Of course, the Solomon Islands have a day off tomorrow for both the men's and the women's. The men's have started really well in this tournament. The women's have also shown a bit of spark throughout the week, haven't they, Cess? Thank you very much, everyone. It's all thanks to TTB, Solomon Broadcasting, live streaming on Android and iOS. Also, catch the coverage on Pacifica TV regionally and replays between today and tomorrow. TV New Zealand and FIBA YouTube if you want to go back and watch all the replays. My name's Tristan TP Prentice. This has been Cecilina Thakau. And we also had Emma Kamasi here for the coverage today. And we'll see you tomorrow for day 3 of the FIBA Melanesian Cup here in Honiara in the Solomon Islands. It's goodbye for now.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.